I, Vampire number 5, written by Joshua Hale Fialkov, art by Andrea Sorrentino. Left off last issue with a kind of little side story of Tig's father being killed at the hands of Andrew, and they're on their way to Gotham still. This issue picks up in Gotham. A woman is being accosted by a few men. A police officer shows up and pulls out his gun towards them. It's revealed that they are vampires, and they attack the police officer. Also, there's a whole narration over the top by Tig, basically saying, like, you know, my father became a vampire, my mother helped save us, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. Just going through her entire backstory of why she hates vampires so much. And especially, she does hate, or at least she wants to kill Andrew. And even if he's good, he's still a vampire and deserves to die. Then we cut to the GCPD officer who is arresting these guys who are accosting the woman. And they're just there voluntarily of their own volition. And as they're questioned, like, you're bringing these guys in without cuffs? It's like, yeah, they're all here on their own. And then they all start laughing and their fangs are shown. And the police officers also turn into a vampire. So then we cut to a bridge where the gang is driving over, and we see that Tig is actually writing all of this in her journal, and I keep on forgetting his name, but the guy who's with them, I'll say it when I remember it, he's like, hey, so you're writing in a journal, that's cool, I used to do that too, hoping I could remember something about vampires, like, you know, figure something out about them, but in the end, the journal only made it worse because I was paralyzed with fear and realizing, and Andrew's like, dude, shut up, you're not helping. So then all these GCPD cars pass by them, and Andrew, of course, realizes that it must be Mary. And we see that this train arrived into Gotham, and it has just been emptied. There's no one alive left on the truck. There is a bunch of blood and stuff like that, though. And people are already thinking, like, in the crowds, like, no, I'm hearing that it's vampires. I think vampires are a thing. So Andrew and the gang, they get up there and they're like, all right, Andrew's going to go take a look. He kind of like vapors away. And Tig just doubles down on her saying like, hey, I know Andrew's a good guy, but I'm totally going to kill him. I'm looking forward to that. So Andrew arrives at the train, and as he's looking for clues as to what could happen, he gets a batarang in the hand. And who's standing there? But of course, Batman saying, what did you do with these people on the train? And Andrew's like, it wasn't me. And Batman tackles him in. And he's like, tell me where they are. Andrew vapors around him and is just like, I'm telling you, it wasn't me. I don't want to fight you. Batman pulls out some flash powder. It disorients Andrew long enough that Batman can get the drop on him. And he's like, how did you do this? Where are the people on the train? And what exactly are you? And Andrew starts to pull out a little bit of his vampire strength. Gets a little bit angry, kicks Batman away, but he's like, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to help. I'm trying to figure this out because I know who did this. And he offers a hand to Batman. Some people come down hearing the commotion, and as he turns to Batman telling him that they got to get out of there, Batman's already gone, and Andrew is, of course, impressed. So a cop's talking to the Tig and the other guy I'm forgetting the name of, and they're just like, yeah, no, nobody was there. It's the weirdest thing. So Andrew shows up and he's like, all right, sorry to trouble you officers. We got to go now. And Andrew recounts how he, quote unquote, made a friend as Batman's standing off getting facial recognition on them so he can run it through the system. So apparently Andrew has this mental link with Mary that he can figure out like where she's moving to, and he can trace it down to the Gotham courthouse, which is apparently completely empty and abandoned. One guy tries to stop them, and Andrew uses his vampire charm to get them past. And as they go into the courthouse, they realize, oh, right, these old courthouses used to have all these cells down beneath. That's probably where they're keeping these freshly turned vampires so they don't, like, you know, run amok and cause havoc while they're trying to make all their plans and whatnot. So they're probably underground. Batman shows up as they're making their way down into the barracks, and John, that's his name, John, gets in the middle, and he's like, whoa, hold on, Batman. This isn't what you think. Andrew's not the monster, because, of course, Batman did his research and realized that Andrew has been alive for many hundreds of years. And Tig gets behind Batman. He's like, no, he's totally a monster. Shoot him in the head. In fact, let me shoot him in the head. I'll double shoot him in the head. So then John gets in the middle, just trying to slow this up. Batman thinks that John is being charmed, and he's like, no, I'm not. I'm totally good. I'm telling you, though, he's good. Because if he wasn't, wouldn't he have already killed you if he was the monster that you thought he was? And Batman accepts that. They work together for now, just to at least solve this mystery. And they take the elevator down to the underground holding cells. Andrew makes a quip about him liking his cape. So as they make their way down, Tig recounts more about how she remembers hearing her mother die, being torn limb from limbs, because they hunted down so many vampires together that they wouldn't dare turn them into vampires. And as they arrive at the bottom, just arms and gnashing teeth all start approaching into the cells. Tig starts opening the doors as Andrew's like, no, don't do that, Tig. But the voice from the back says stop, and we see that it's Mary, who's very happy to show her new family to Andrew. And that's where we leave off, with Batman and gang facing down the Horde along with Mary. I mean, I kind of just want to stop gushing over this series because I do it every single issue, but like, yes. Especially because every series, it seems like, has that issue where it's crossing over with Batman. Because it's like, oh, this issue featuring Batman. This one I feel does it the best, you know? It's just like, it doesn't rely too heavily on the fact that Batman's here. He's literally just a guy who's like far underpowered considering all this. But they do still make him Batman, you know? He feels like Batman here. I don't know. I personally, I like the way that they handled this particular issue, even if it is just there's no reason for Batman to be a part of this right now, but he is here, and I'm okay with how they handled it. I'm really liking how Tig isn't just like, oh yeah, no, you're one of the cool vampires. She's like, no, I will kill you too. Absolutely, that's going to happen. So, yeah, no, I'm all in on this. Art, of course, beautiful. Sorrentino kills it constantly. I'm not sure how I feel about Mary showing up again, like, so soon. I feel like this should have been more of a chase, but we do only have one issue left in the trade, so I guess maybe this could be the climax, but I don't know. I kind of want to see this continue on, but hey, that's just me. Overall, I'm giving this one an 8, mainly for the way that they handled Batman, because I've seen it done poorly so many times over the course of this show. I am happy that this is a way of them handling the Batman crossover decently. And, of course, the art elevates it by 2 points on its own. So, yep, 8 for this. Can't wait to see how it ends, at least for this trade.